What's up? How's it going? Hi, Nikita. Hi, Rada. Or Rada. You know my vowels. Always sucking, so forgive me if I say your name wrong. There's something about me and vowels that just doesn't go. Priyanka. How are you guys doing? Hi, Garima. Hi, Sanch. If you guys are new here, hi. Welcome. And the way this works, read the description. If you're confused at any point and you want to know kind of what's going on, it's real simple. You just ask a question. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like this video. And ask your question in the chat box. Now, if I don't see it, like if you keep posting and I'm not seeing it, just keep posting, like without spamming the chat. But keep posting. Like notice when I'm like looking for another question, and then just post it and just keep doing that throughout until you get called. If you do, which not everyone will, that's okay because we'll be here again tomorrow. So priority does go to new subscribers. So if you're new, please let me know. And by new, I mean if it's your first time here tonight, let me know. Chances are I'll notice, but if I don't, let me know, please. And I'll try to get your question answered, okay? Okay, I do not do reversals. So if at any point there is a reversal, I'll just flip it over. Doesn't mean it's wrong or different than what it should be. It's just I don't do reversals, so I'll just flip it over and read it upright. So if any cards fly out, I may or may not incorporate them to the reading, and it doesn't mean your message isn't going to be heard. If your message is supposed to be heard, it will come out, you know, so it'll come out either with the same card or a different card. Sometimes it does come out with the same card though, which is kind of funny, but what I'm trying to say is don't worry about that. Okay. Don't think you won't get the message you're supposed to get. Okay. And of course, thank you. And of course, if you'd like to skip the line and skip this whole dreadful wait and see if you get picked, you could donate, of course. So all of the information for that is in the description. Please check that out if you're interested, okay? Oh yeah, and if you're new here, get used to me dropping cards everywhere because I'm a sloppy shuffler. So let's get started with this, okay? Woo! Like that. Okay. What is coming towards me next in love? Says Sanch. See vowels? It's just like, who knows? But you know who you are, so. Hi, Miss L. Hi, you guys. Thanks for liking. Okay. So what's coming next in love for you? Let's see. Whew. All right. So it looks like somebody who is going to be helping you out, or maybe you'll be helping them out, but I feel like they're going to be helping you out, and it's going to be like a breath of fresh air. It's going to be like, oh, thank God I needed this, you know, this kind of help. It's like the sun is shining here on this experience. There's a radiance and it feels good, you know, it feels right. It feels like, oh, I needed this help. This helps here now. Like, good. I'm glad. So it seems like somebody's helping you with something. They might feel like they're a bit like above you. Like, I don't really see it as like an equal give and take, you know, because in this card, it kind of seems like he's helping them out. He obviously has more to offer, but he's, you know, because of that, there's this kind of like imbalance of power in the dynamic. So let's look into this a little bit more. I don't really see it being a big deal, but I'm just saying, like, it's not really about give and take in this situation. It is him giving to you. So let's see if he or she will be expecting something in return in the future, or if it's just going to be a genuine thing. All I do know for now is that it feels right with the sun there. It feels like it's meant, like it's okay, like it's good, like it's wanted. Yeah, straight up, somebody helping you. Could be somebody from your past, but I don't think so. This feels like a new connection. And if it's not new, then it's new in this way that they're presenting themselves to you. Like if you know this person, you've known them for a while, then it's like they've never, helped you out in this way, or they've never come to you in this way, like helpful. It could have been something that was like they totally weren't even helpful before, or they just never showed you that side, and now they're being super helpful, and you're just like, this is different, this is new. But I do feel like it's someone that you haven't engaged with for very long, if not somebody completely new. But they are helping you out, so it's kind of just like this random act of kindness. So maybe they've been contemplating on doing this for a while. It kind of seems like they've been weighing their options on things. That could mean that there's another person involved with them, so it's not just like you. But it could also mean that they've been kind of wanting to do this for a while, and they've been waiting to do it. Like they hadn't done it, they've been thinking about doing it, and now they're going to do it. But yeah, they're weighing their options about something. There's something they are not sure about. Maybe this means that they are kind of unreliable in the sense that they don't really know what they want yet. So just don't like go head first into it or anything. Oh, hi, Secrets. You guys, Secrets of the Typical Emo Witch. I don't know if you know her yet, but you should. Go check her out. She has her own channel. She's right here in the chat, so let's see. Go check her out. I don't want to put your question on blast, even though, I mean, you're putting it in the chat anyway, but you should go check her out, though. She has her own channel. Spread the love, you guys. She's real good. Not going to regret that. Woo woo! We need to spread the love around here, which isn't usually a problem for people, but all right. Oh. So this is something that you're going to need to think about a little bit harder. The cards are asking you to spend some time really considering this before you jump into it. And that could be because, a personal thing, but I feel like it is related to the person. Maybe you're actually not really sure what to do about it either. It could be a connection that comes in and this person helps you out. Kind of just seems like a friend at first, right? But maybe it's not such a good idea to jump in so soon. For some reason, the cards are saying, look, this is not a time to just jump into a relationship and be with somebody and give your all to this person. You need to get with yourself first and realize what you really want. Probably so that you know what you want, because this person doesn't. So when you get with them, it's like, I mean, for now, we don't even see the romantic part yet. This is just friendly in the beginning. But since we're talking about love, I'm guessing it's going there. But really, you should just kind of take it slow and kind of try to get to know them. But first of all, get to know what you're actually wanting and looking for, so that you don't, go down the wrong road with this one. So you know where you're going, and you know if it's looking like it's going where you want it to go or not. And you can always step out of it, Don't just follow in line with a relationship just because you want one, You said you are with someone. Okay. So having problems? Are you around a lot of people? It seems like this would be, I keep feeling like it's a group thing. It's not like just you on the sidewalk and this person helps you. It's like you're in a group setting and this person kind of just sees that you need help, or they offer some help. Maybe you don't even need help, but they just offer it to you. They're seeing that you need it. And I'm so jaded. My mind works so weird, but the way I was seeing it was like a group setting and they come up to you. You're not talking to anybody, which I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but that's just what I am that's what I've been seeing the whole time. It's just kind of like there's people around, but you're not talking to anyone. And they come up and kind of offer help to you. Between you and the person you're with now, or this person, about the communication. about the communication. Your person, okay, let's see. The person she's currently with now. Okay. Well, there's definitely actions being taken. So it doesn't have to mean it's smooth communication. Let's see. That's funny. It doesn't have to be smooth because it's fire. It's action. So it could be aggressive, but I mean, let's see. It's just basically saying actions are going to be taken. Or, excuse me, there's an opportunity for actions to be taken. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, it seems like, okay, so whatever you guys are dealing with now, like you're like, will it be smooth? I'm just guessing, I could be wrong, but I'm just guessing that that kind of means like it hasn't been smooth lately. And if it has, then fine. But basically what I'm saying is it's just what the world is saying is that whatever it's been is what it's going to be. It's going to continue to be because there's a cycle going on. And it's kind of like you just go around and around and around and it'll, you know, circle back around again. And it's something about the past. Someone can't let go of something from the past. So something happened between you two, or, you know, in some way that you guys are connected with, something happened and this person cannot get over it. They can't get past it. Even if they say they can, they just can't. They want to, and they've tried to. You know, this one foot right here is, you know, ready to set off and have new experiences into the world and just have a good time and just be good and go off and experience life. And this foot is set firmly in the past with this sword here. So it's like there's defense. They're defensive about it. It's like personal. It hurts. It's serious, you know, to them. Even though they want to kind of get past it, they can't. They've tried and they can't. So for now, what you need to know is that basically that's what the communication is going to be about. And however it's been for you guys, it's like a cycle, but it all has to do with this thing that they can't get past. So if you can try to tap into that in any way, then that's what I would do first. Definitely look at this thing if you know what it is. Yeah, this is the giant Rider-Waite. Someone one time was like, do you just have small hands or is that a huge deck? I'm like, it's definitely not my small hands. It's a huge deck. Definitely not that my hands are that tiny. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's the giant Rider-Waite. It's a really nice deck because you can see all the pictures like clearly. And for people who like don't really know about tarot, it's like really easy to kind of explain what the pictures mean. Like really small ones like this, it's kind of like difficult sometimes because it's like you kind of have to like really explain. And then this one's just kind of like, yep, you see that? See all these swords and these people around, and you could like see it really easily. So, okay. So yeah, I mean, good luck with that, Sanch. I would just start with, sorry about that. I guess I'll go with this one because that's the one I picked on accident. But I would just go with like really digging into whatever this is that's bothering them because they can't get past it. And that's why the communication is not going anywhere. It's not progressing because it's just the same reason. You know, they cannot let this go. And if it has nothing to do with you, then really, I mean, it has nothing to do with you and you can't really fix it. So, I mean, it's not like about trust with you and something you did, then it's on them and it may not be able to be fixed within this relationship. So just be aware of that and just know that it's not your fault and it's not your responsibility to fix it or make them feel better about it. And you couldn't do that even if you tried. And you can try, but you shouldn't waste too much time on it because it could just be a personal thing. And that sounds mean, but it's just life, you know? It's like you can't do anything about it. So it's like, well, that sucks that he's had a painful past. I think everyone has to some degree, but if he's, you know, hopefully he's not treating you bad because of that. But if he's just not able to open up or something, or there's things that he doesn't trust you and there's no reason for him not to. Wow. Well, at least he's comfortable being vulnerable with you, right? Okay, so please guide which year I will get married in, and will I meet the guy through my family, friends, or myself? Okay, so with this question, I can't really answer, you know, exact year, okay? Because I don't do times like that, I mean, I can look at what number comes out, and then we could see like a length of time. Like, okay, for example, if a 10 came out, I've had a 10 come out and people were like, literally on the 10th of the month, like you said, it happened. So, I mean, that's how I do it. It's not exactly precise, okay? So let's just go with that. Just know that, just a little disclaimer. But I'll do the best I can, and we will see how you will meet the person, if we can connect with that in any way, if it comes through. Let's see the situation around this, okay? I'm not psychic, okay? I don't know if y'all knew that, but I'm a tarot card reader. I'm not psychic, so I can't do all that, you know? But let's see what the cards say. Let's see what they want us to know. Should we use a different deck? No, I'll use this one. Okay. You're like, okay, just get to it. All right. So let's see. Tell me about this person's future spouse, if they even have a future spouse. So you're asking, when will I get married? We don't know if you ever will. You might not ever get married, right? So we have to say, what do we need to know about any marriage happening for this person in her lifetime, and when would that be happening? Oh, well, I see it definitely happening because Wheel of Fortune. But the thing about it that came after the Wheel of Fortune, I hate to say this because that sucks, but it's like you have a good chance. It would be short-lived, I think. At least the first one. At least the one we're talking about, the next one, the most recent, would be short-lived. And or not. I mean, it might not be short-lived. You might stay in the relationship, but they will be over it. They don't really, this person's non-committal. Okay, so basically, the Knight of Wands is somebody who's very passionate, comes in quick, you know, you can see he's on his horse, and it's just, you know, he's ready for an adventure. He's ready for something new and exciting, and he's very passionate, and then he's gone. And you're like, where'd he go? I mean, I thought we kind of made promises and shit, like, but he's on to the next, you know? And sometimes this could be like a straight player, and sometimes it's just like, that's just how it is, you know? He's not like meaning to hurt anyone. It's just like, I'm going, like, I'm coming in and I'm going out, you know? Like, it's just, he's always moving. So, it could be short-lived, very, very passionate, but short-lived. So, but I feel like you might get married to this person because it's good luck. You know, it's like the Wheel of Fortune on marriage. So, I mean, but this would be short-lived. So it comes in quick and leaves quick, ends quickly. It's not like this is set in stone, you guys, too. Like, you can control your life. It's not like you have to do what the cards say. You can definitely take control of your life at any time. We have free will for that reason. So, you know, maybe just watch out and don't jump into anything too quickly. If you start to notice, like, I'm feeling very passionate about this person, like, I'd probably marry them straight up, and I just met him, I'd probably marry them, though. I probably would. It's like, you know, look into that, and remember what I'm saying here, and just know that you shouldn't jump into anything that quick. And that just goes for everybody at any time, but especially for you in this situation. Definitely could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, but if not, or a Scorpio. But yeah, it seems like either you or this person. It could be you who's non-committal, but I really feel like it's them. But this card here, the Queen of Wands, is saying basically somebody that's going their own way, and they're very independent, and they don't feel like they need to ask for permission from you. They just kind of do their thing, and they don't need to check in, and they don't need to let you know. I mean, they're like, I'm going. If you want to come, you can, but if you don't, I'm still going. You know, it's like they just do what they want to do, and no one can stop them. So basically very independent, and the Death card. So it's like there's a drastic change or an ending. And this person is very like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Sorry if that bothers you, but I'm me, so take it or leave it. And they're gone. So it could be you, but I really don't feel like that. I feel like it is them who is going to be this person who's just kind of like, you can't control, you can't pin down, and they're going to get over it pretty easily. And it's probably not even personal. It's really just how they are. So, yeah. Well, that's what seems like that's the next one coming for you. Unfortunately. But I mean, you know what's cool is that you can see that and you can notice it, and you can not jump into it, and you can not get married to the person. You definitely don't have to get married to the person. You can definitely see these patterns and be like, oh, that's what they were talking about. Okay, not going to do that. Not going to head in that direction, you know, no matter how passionate it is. Right on. Yeah, I won't marry him. Yeah, just remember, it's passionate as fuck, so just be careful, because you know how that is when we get passion. When we get our passions going, it's like, might seem uncontrollable. You might just think it's the best thing in the world, the best decision, but it's not. So, there's a reason things happen so quickly and they don't make sense. You know, it's like, this doesn't seem like it makes sense. Oh, because it doesn't. That's right. So, but with emotions and love, it's not really about making sense, right? A lot of times, especially when it's passionate like that. So, be careful. Let's see. Let's see who's new here today. Who is new here today? Let's see. Are you here? Shivy? Oh, wow, it's a similar question. That's funny. Where's Athena? Yes, you are. Okay. I hope all is well, Original Insights. Thanks. Yeah, all is well for today. Okay. So Shivy's here, but then we'll go with Athena afterwards, okay? And thanks you guys for subscribing and being here tonight. Welcome. Glad you're here. Okay, I'll get to you right now, okay, Athena? I'll get you right after this one, okay? Cool, so perfect. Let's see. So what will be the birth month or zodiac sign of my future spouse? Will we settle in a different country right after marriage? Okay, so let's start off with what we can find out about this, right? Which is maybe the sign. Maybe the sign. If that's something it wants us to know. If anything, we can figure out some kind of like characteristics or character traits, you know, behaviors. So let's see. You can find this out. Shivy wants to know if he or she, male or female. I don't want to just assume. This person wants to know. You're welcome. Shivy wants to know if their future spouse will be, or what their sign will be. And if you can't tell us that, you're female. She wants to know what her future spouse will be like, or what his sign is. So can you tell us that, please? Any identifying characteristics, please? Huh. Okay, so basically what it's telling me is be careful. I mean, it seems like there's not much you could do to avoid it just because it's a tower. And when it's the tower, it's kind of like a thing we have to go through. It's something that it happens. The tower comes because there's little changes we need to make along the way that we don't make. Most people are very uncomfortable with change, and that's one of the reasons they don't do, you know, they don't make changes. But these little changes are really important and significant because when you don't make little changes, you kind of get yourself going on a different path than you're supposed to be on. And so then the tower comes in and goes, I'm just going to change it all at one time because you resisted change. And so you held on to this and it wasn't supposed to be held on to. It's supposed to be gone by now. So now I'm going to do it for you and you can't do anything about that. So I feel like this is kind of a thing that you're supposed to go through, even though it might be a little difficult. But basically it's something saying like, use your better judgment. These cards here are at the bottom of the deck. I feel like it's somebody from your past, or somebody that you would keep going back to possibly and be able to say like you had a past with them. Like you'll have a long stretch of time experiencing this relationship, you know, with this person is what it could be if it's not someone you already know. Because this Six of Cups here is like nostalgia. It's like, you know, you either know them already and have a past with them already, or I feel like you don't have a past with them already romantically, though, if you do know them. But it is somebody that either you know them now, or it's like you're going to know them for a while. And it's going to be somebody that you could say, we have a past, and, you know, it's kind of complicated type thing because the tower is here. So it's like you're supposed to go through all these changes, and you're probably not going to take certain steps along the way. So it's just going to have to happen all at once. But that's at the bottom of the deck. So it's basically saying that's the underlying situation. But here what we have is, so maybe we can turn this around. With the tower, we probably can't, because that's just something that you're going to avoid unless you start making changes like now. Like you start making little, like, you know, there's things you need to change. You start making those changes, maybe we can get around this tower. But usually with the tower, you can't go around it. You can't go over it. You have to go through it, right? So, yeah, if you're able to not resist change, if you're able to accept change and just let it happen, you could be, you know, it'll be a little more pleasant than for most, you know. But with the judgment card, I feel like it's saying, you know, you really got to use your brain. You really got to use your better judgment in this situation, because you're going to end up feeling trapped and stuck and like your hands are tied. You know, this person has a blindfold on. Their hands are tied. These swords around them are just sticking in the ground. The thing about it is it's swords. Swords are mental energy. It's not really that you're stuck physically. It feels that way, though. To you, that's what you're thinking. That's how you perceive it in your mind. And so I don't want to invalidate that. That's very realistic to you. And so that's your reality. But the thing about it that's cool is that really these swords are just sticking in the ground. They're not really doing anything. And her ankles aren't even tied. So she can really just walk away at any time. But she doesn't know that, of course, because she has this blindfold on and her hands are tied. So she feels like, fuck, I really am stuck. I really am. I can't get out of this. But you can. So if you start to feel that way, just remember that I can get out of this. I can walk away at any time. I can walk away at any time. I can get out of this. You know, it really is just knowing that sets you free. So being able to know that and see that with this blindfold on, you know, if you could just remind yourself. And then the sword here. So it's like you'll have an opportunity to take action in a way that you'll be able to take authority back. You'll be able to take your control back of your life. So this is kind of like a big, be careful, watch out, you know, use your better judgment. And so if you do get into the situation where you start to feel stuck anyway, like you try to use your better judgment and this person's just good at being fake, so they fooled you and now you're in the situation. So at that time, try to use your better judgment and tell yourself, look, I can get out of this. If I'm not happy, I can get myself out of this. I can do this. It's not really that I'm stuck. I just feel like I'm stuck because of this and this and this, but I'm not. If I want to leave, I'll leave and I'll get out of this and I'll help myself. So use your better judgment at that time too. And this is saying, yeah, I mean, there's little changes you're going to have to make. One of the changes that you're probably going to have to make is having boundaries and noticing behaviors and actually not dismissing them. You know what I mean? Noticing them and going, okay, that's not good, red flag, and note it down, you know, and just start like not allowing people like that into your life so you can maybe avoid this situation, okay? Or make it better for yourself, you know, be more empowered, feel more empowered, do the right thing for yourself, for your highest good, okay? So, wow. Let's see if we can get the sign of the person. Okay. Because I know that was not really answering your question very much, but hey, it's what came out, so I'm just going to let you know. I'm not going to be like, nope, I don't want to know that information. Like, we want to know any information they're willing to give us, okay? And when I see something like that, too, I don't want to not tell you, because it's important. Oh, the Fool, Leo. So Leo could be the sign that we're dealing with here. And again, I feel like it's a new person. Somebody, I don't feel like it's someone from your past. It could have been, remember, but really, I feel like you're going to have a long period with the person to where you're going to be able to say, this person I've had a past with, like, for a while now. So, like, we have a past. It's not just like we've been together for 2 days or 2 weeks. It's like, no, there's shit. You know, there's things, there's baggage, there's problems that we need to work through. And it just makes it more complicated. But the thing is, and maybe that's what keeps you feeling stuck too, you know, because you're attached and you've had this long period of time with the person. So strength, that's probably how this person comes off when you first meet them, is very manly, you know, very strong, very just like stand up, you know what I mean? Like a stand up man, basically, like strong, durable. I don't know like how to explain it, but like a real man, but doesn't mean they are. Just saying, doesn't mean they are. They could, I mean, you're gonna end up feeling stuck, so that kind of feels like the person's controlling or something. I mean, it could go many different ways, but basically just have boundaries, know what's good for you and what's not, and be able to say that, be able to stand up for yourself before you get to that point where you feel stuck and trapped. And if you do get to that point, shit, we've all been there at some point or another. Maybe some of us haven't, but when you get to that point, if you do, just be able to remind yourself, like, look, I can get out of this. I can get out of this. It's my life. And if I'm not happy, I'll leave. I'll get out of this. Okay? So it seems like tonight everyone's having like these watch out kind of love situations, It is what it is. Maybe when this happens, if it does, you'll be able to think about like, okay, no, I'm not going to let this happen to me. I'm not doing that. Okay, Athena, what are Virgo's feelings about me? Let's see. Virgo. What are Virgo's feelings about me? Athena. What are Virgo's feelings about me? What are Virgo's feelings about me? For Athena. Athena. Tell me what Virgo feels about Athena now, currently. Okay. All right, so this is kind of, there's more to this story. But first of all, you probably will have a long-term relationship with the person. It seems like they're at least currently offering some kind of commitment, or that's what they're going to be doing. Like that's the vibe they're giving you. And if you don't, well, it kind of seems like you're not aware of that. Like it's mixed signals or none at all. So maybe this is going to happen soon. But basically this person, I feel like underneath the deck, it's showing this person's caring and, they could be, well, they're Virgo, you said, but this is the Taurus card. So this is the marriage card too. So but if it's not marriage, it's commitment, right? So it's something like serious and more long term, I guess you could say. It's somebody who's not wanting just like a one night stand. So basically, that's the vibe I'm getting that they're trying to put off. And then, with the Three of Wands, it's like something that is going to last long because you'll be able to look back and kind of remember certain things and how you've come so far and how it used to be, how everything is led up to this point now is where this guy's at. He's looking at everything and taking it all in. So it's like there's a longer period of time with this person. The thing is, yeah, be careful with that. Don't ask too many people the same question because you will get weird answers after a while. Like the tarot isn't for that. If you've asked one person, like give it a week at least, or give it as much time as it needs. Like when something changes, then get another, reading. Because if you keep asking a bunch of people, it's kind of like you're trying to test the tarot. You know what I mean? Like, oh, is it going to be right? Or what about you? And you're trying to look for an answer that you kind of want, because you didn't get an answer you obviously wanted before. So that's probably why you kept asking. But if not, it's just basically don't ask the same question just too soon because it will kind of get weird. It'll get kind of weird on you. I think because the tarot's like, you just asked me that. Like, you're questioning me again? What do you really want to know? So, but this is showing that, yeah, there will be some kind of, it could be a pregnancy. Maybe that's why you stay with the person for a long time. Very well could be. But for some reason, there's some heartbreak in this too. So, oh. I don't even know if I could do that. That's odd. I don't really do like health things or pregnancy stuff like that. Like pregnancy is Empress, you know, could be pregnancy because the Empress a lot of times means that. It could just mean that maybe the heartbreak here is a new beginning that there is between you with someone else, or you, the person you're with and somebody else, maybe a new beginning, or maybe a new job, or just some kind of new beginning that sets you on a new path, and it kind of breaks you guys up or causes a rift. There could be a third party with the Three of Swords too that comes in between, you know. These are just some options, but for some reason there's definitely hurt by this. Another thing that I was feeling right now, just out of the blue, was that the pregnancy, something could go wrong with it, and it could be very heartbreaking, or, you know, something to that effect, which I usually don't even do or feel things like that. So, I mean, it's just one way to look at it. Maybe it's, you said you don't want a pregnancy, so maybe it's unplanned, and then, you know what I mean, where that's going. I don't know what your beliefs are, but basically here, there's something sad about it, and maybe that's what, maybe that's what this is. This person's wanting a commitment, so maybe this is the moment that you're thinking about everything and looking back, like you get pregnant and you're just like, I don't even want this. You're like, fuck, how did this happen? And you're just thinking back to all the reasons and all the ways and all the things that happened before that point, and how your life was before, and what this will mean now. Just really taking it all in. Like, usually this is a good thing, but I'm seeing it in that way too. That's just a few different interpretations. But again, I feel like this is going to be a longer term thing. So even if you don't keep the child, whatever happens, and it may not even be pregnancy, okay? It could just be a new beginning. This is just a few things I'm putting out there because that card means different things. But you know, and really I don't feel like it's either one. It kind of feels like it could be either one. And so maybe it's both. That would be. Anyway, for now, what we see here, because this is underneath. So it's kind of like this is the main situation and underlying feelings. But for now, this is headed towards some kind of conflict. It's headed towards some kind of tension for some reason. And maybe that's because somebody feels stuck. Again, here we get this card again. And remember, if you're stuck, you can get out of it. This is a mental thing. This is all in your head. So for whatever reason, you're believing that you can't get out of it, but you can. You're not physically stuck. It just feels that way. So, but for some reason right now, it's more than one person too. It's not just like you and this person. It's more than one person. So their family, your family, their friends, your friends, maybe exes or something. There's more than one person who's arguing over shit. And it's petty. It's not even like important shit, but it's just, it's, you know, tension. It's unneeded and it's unnecessary, and it doesn't even matter. So I mean, it's just really a petty thing. Hopefully you can get past it. It seems like you will. I feel like you guys will be together a while in this situation. So that's kind of interesting. So I definitely think they're interested, if that hasn't been established. Yeah, I definitely think they're interested. But remember, you said mixed signals. So, I mean, if this person's wishy-washy with you, they could be with you and maybe kind of not be sure what they want or something, and kind of send you mixed signals the whole time. And maybe that's why there's a heartbreak there. Maybe see, I don't know if it's pregnancy. Well, let me look into this a little more, because I don't want to just leave you with, well, it could be, you know. I'm seeing, I don't know if it's going to be that or not. I don't want to say it's not, though, you know, because it seems like that's a pretty solid story to me. Like, I'm not just like, nah. It's like, no, that's a possibility here. So let's look into this. Tell me the Empress here. The Empress and the Three of Swords, we want to clarify, please. Ooh, okay. Okay. So it does look like there could be a third party. So this could be a new beginning that somebody sets off on, and you know, with the Seven of Swords, it's somebody sneaking something. They're not being straightforward about something. They're hiding something, and they could be stealing something. But really, it's, you know, sneaking. You know, he's sneaking with the swords. He's running away with the swords that he's stolen from the knights while they're sleeping at night, and he's like looking back, make sure he doesn't get caught, covering his tracks. You know, very sneaky and deceptive. And basically, with the Three of Pentacles, it's like there's exchanging of ideas, there's communication, and there's cooperation with people. Maybe this person's feeling like they're very, you know, you guys are cooperating very well. This could be a friend that comes in and kind of gets in between, and you don't know that because you guys all work so well together. And then little do you know, they're sneaking something, and that gets in between your guys' relationship. So maybe it's not a pregnancy. Maybe it's just them having a new start with somebody else, but not telling you about it. So 8 of Cups here for. Okay, so I feel like you are a fighter, okay? If you start to see inconsistencies or this start to happen, you're like, no, not really down to put up with that, and I'm not going to put up with it for very long. This is kind of you going, okay, you know, if you want to go and do that, like whenever you do find this out, if you do, it may take a while, because remember, I feel like you guys are going to be together for a while. So if you do ever find out about this third person or this, you know, person that's getting in between, maybe it's not cheating, but it's somebody who's getting in between. It's another person, you know? And so basically the 8 of Cups is like, I'm going to go find myself. I don't need anyone around me. Like, I know what I need and want, or I don't know. And I need to go and find that, though. You know, I'm going to go and look for that. That's basically what this person's on a mission, you know? And here you're like, I want honesty at all costs. I don't care how much it hurts me. I don't care how much it hurt. I mean, I don't care how much it's fucked up. Like, I want to know the truth. Give it to me straight. Like, don't be all emotional. Like, I just want to know the truth. And you're looking for this harmony. You're looking for this, you know, good energy in your life. And if you're not getting it here, if you're going, you're going to be sneaky, you're going to lie to me and shit, fuck it, I don't need to be here. I need to go and like, you're just ready to go. You're like, I'm just ready to go and find something better, something that's going to be better for me and better and healthier for me. So here though, with Justice, so we have a few things here. We have Sag, Libra, King of Swords, so that's air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So could be involved in the mix. But if not, you know, the other person or you. So this, though, is saying, like, you just want fairness, you just want justice, you just want things to be set straight, you just want things to be balanced again. And so if you start to find out little things about this person you don't like, and you're like, this is not me, I'm going to go and find myself, I'm going to go and find the honest truth, like, you're not going to be, like, all allowing this shit, you know what I mean? But it could take a while for you to even find out, so that's why it's like, you're already ready to go. You're like, yeah, I already felt like something was going on, so I'm gone, you know, I'm not doing this. No, not going to do it. And it's like not that difficult to make that decision. I just had deja vu right now. Been here before. But yeah, and then here again with the whole 7 of Wands thing. It's like you're a fighter. You're like, I'm going to get my point across. This is what I'm doing. You're not like all submissive and like taking this shit, you know? So that's good. That's a good sign, because it's kind of like you're not going to put up with shit for very long when it's like that. Once you find out, remember, this person's sneaky, so it could take a while for you to even find out that anything's going on. Like, things could be good with you guys, and then you find out later and you're like, oh, really? All right, well, no. Not gonna, you can do that on your own. Now you're not cheating because you're on your own, so have fun. Kind of thing, you know? I feel like you wouldn't take that shit for very long, which is a really good thing. I'm glad to see that. Okay. Oh, Nikita. Oh, I'm not ignoring you. I totally was just doing a reading, you know? That's how it happens. I don't ignore people. Ever. If I don't answer your question, like, I literally am not seeing it, because I'm just focused on I'm not reading this the whole time usually. Like, sometimes I'll look at the comments, but like in the middle of a reading, usually I'm not looking at the comments unless there's something I need to know. Like, oh, is it, you know, have you been doing this lately or whatever? Like, is there a Libra involved or something? Okay. I think you've asked that before, Nikita. Has anything changed since the last time? Let's switch up the question a little bit, okay? Vivek. Let's see. Vivek. What do we need to know about Vivek? And any relationship with Nikita? What do we need to know about the relationship and this connection he has with her? Or doesn't have, but, you know, is there a connection here? What do we need to know about this connection? The energy between these two. Tell me about the energy between these two, please. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So somebody is kind of a ugly person, let's just say, because the Five of Swords, I mean, you can't really look at it in any other way than to say this person is out to win, not playing fair, doesn't even think about fairness. It's not about you. It's about me winning and you losing, by the way. Not about us both winning. There's no win-win. It's like, I'll win, you'll lose. Like, I don't just win, you are going to lose. You know, this person's just a really nasty character. So it's you or them or the energy between you. So there's some kind of conflict here. Or there's some kind of tension, some kind of like ugly energy in between you guys. And maybe it's outside influences and it has nothing to do with you personally. But I'm thinking it has something to do with whatever's happened between you. Because, you know, unless this person is this way. So I don't know your situation personally. Let's look into this a little further. After that, we get the King of Cups. So I feel like at one point there was some kind of care or support between you, or at least nice, caring, genuine kind of energy. Now it's the Five of Swords. And so it had something, but then at the end of it, we see somebody wanting to build a foundation and then them succeeding in doing that. So for some reason, it seems like maybe you guys will come together at some point. But for now, it's just showing basically like there's something wrong here. There's something that happened and this person's angry, or there's problems between you. Like bad problems, like not just like a little insult. It's like this person is like angry and they kind of want to get back at you or you them, you know, whoever, maybe both. But for some reason, there's some ugly energy about like somebody wants to like win. Somebody does not want to be rejected again, or somebody doesn't want to be embarrassed like that again, or somebody doesn't want to be put in that position and they're really going to be defensive about it. And they're going to make sure that you are in that position this time. Is kind of the energy I'm getting with the Five of Swords, okay? Real nasty. Real not even trying to play fair at all. Like, good luck with them trying to be, like, nice all of a sudden. So, what we see is them having basically left you in the dust, if I could say that. Not to be rude, but I feel like if you... This person's, you know, this is you kind of waiting. And I feel like, obviously, you know, that's kind of what you're doing now, but maybe you shouldn't be. You know, you're waiting for more information, maybe closure or something like that. Because I do see, you know, the Ace of Swords and the Queen, or the King of Swords. So that's like, you want honest, straightforward communication, no emotion. You just want, what is it? What was it? And, you know, Ace of Swords is opportunity for communication. So maybe you're just hoping for them to communicate with you about how they left you like this or something, and you just kind of want to know the facts, and you just want to know so that you can get past it. Because here we do have somebody who was left behind, someone who was abandoned, basically, left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. And then the Sun, maybe this is something that you're just now realizing, or recently having realized, that they kind of just did something dirty. They kind of just abandoned you and didn't really give you an explanation. So maybe that will help you kind of feel like, okay, it's not even worth my time kind of thing. Because it isn't, you know, that kind of thing. It's like, be an adult and own up. You don't just fuck with people like that or with their feelings, you know. You own up. But some people don't. So maybe you didn't really see it in that way until now, or maybe this is something you're just now realizing, you know, very recently that you've realized. But it seems like you just want kind of honest communication. But this person, if they know that that's what you want, they probably will make sure not to give it to you, because they're Five of Swords. And Five of Swords is wanting to win. And if winning just means not giving you what you want, then they're not going to give you what you want, because then they know they win and you lose. Okay. We still good? I don't know if you saw a glitch right now, or did it go black? Because my computer just died. So it's plugged in now. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's not going to be buffering. Let me know when it stops buffering. Is it still buffering? Let me know. You said it's done? Like it's not? Okay. Got you. Okay. So cool. All right. So yeah, to answer your question, I would say move on, just because this person seems like they're not going to give you what you need for sure in a relationship. They're not in a good headspace to be in a relationship with you. And I mean, if you can, you should move on, because it's not healthy for you to hold on to this kind of person. They're not going to be nice. I mean, they're not in it for your best interest. So to answer your question, I think you should move on if you can. That would probably be the best thing right now in regards to this person. Since you're asking, that's what I feel like. Considering the whole reading, I think you could do a lot better. You can find a lot better. Like, you wouldn't just, yeah. Just leave it at that. Valentina, are you still here? Oh, hi, Denise. Oh, okay. If she's still here, let's just wait for a second. Because I did look at that first. So let's just see if she's here, and then we'll go for that. But okay, she's here. So Denise, right after this one, since I already picked on this person, I don't want to be like, okay, hold up, wait, I'm just going to do this question and then we'll go right to yours. Okay. Is that okay with you? Are you in a rush? Are you in a hurry? Anything got to do? Then I will go for you because you donated. But I just don't want to be like, okay, never mind. Like, I'm like, Valentina. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, right on. So since I already started with Valentina, what was your question? You wanted to know about your future spouse, if there is one, right? Because we don't know for sure if there is with that question. But let's look into that. And thank you, Denise, by the way. I do appreciate your donation and your patience. Okay. So let's see if there's a future spouse in here. Tell me about anything we need to know about a future spouse, if there's any kind of serious relationship coming up for Valentina. Thanks for liking this video, you guys. I'd appreciate that. It's very helpful for YouTube to see that people are engaging with this video and they like it. So I'm going to show it to other people. Just takes a second. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, why? Tonight, people aren't getting good love readings. This is another one that's like, basically here you have a, like, this will be your decision completely. Like, you'll make this decision yourself. Like, I'm going to go for this because it feels very connected. I feel like this person is my person. We, you know, we click, we see eye to eye. This person has the same values as me. They have the same likes and dislikes as me. It's like, there's nothing that isn't, well, it's not exactly the same, of course, but like, it feels good. It feels right. It feels like you guys get each other. Like, this is, we understand. We have an understanding here. Like, and then you make this decision, like, I will be with this person. Like, it's like basically in your hands and you take that. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So I can't help but think like this person was probably faking, mirroring, it's called. Look it up because it's interesting. That could be what this is. I mean, you guys are looking in each other's eyes and it's just so connected. And then the Ten of Swords is right after. So, I mean, I just feel like that was probably bullshit. And because of that, you need to look into mirroring. So you can kind of understand a little bit what that would look like, or that can actually happen in that way. And that's what it kind of seems like to me. So Ten of Swords is like, you didn't see it coming, you trusted the person, and they stabbed you in the back. You didn't see it coming. You didn't have time to defend yourself or get out of it. It's like they stabbed you when you weren't looking, and you probably trusted them completely. So here we have Judgment. The thing about Judgment is like, you need to use your better judgment. So I almost feel like you'll have an opportunity to kind of like not be so affected by this, because you can choose at one point to use your better judgment on something. Maybe it's saying you could have seen this coming and you just ignored it. So in your next relationships, all of them, and this goes for everybody too, but try to just notice, like, when you see things that aren't right, when you see things that's like, I'm not really cool with that, you know, pay attention to that. Don't just disregard it. Don't just think, well, they're nice to me and they say they love me, so they're kind of an asshole, but we have something good going. You know, it's like, no, they're an asshole, you know, and you need to remember that, because you're seeing that. It's not just like with other people and not you. It's like eventually you'll start to see that with you too. So it's just not good. But the thing about the Judgment card is like, you'll have many opportunities probably to see this coming, see the type of person this person is. So it's like you have to, again, use this Two of Wands to make that decision to see it for what it is, and then take action, you know, take action with that information in mind. You know, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to let it happen? You know? What are you asking? Can I see what he looks like? Is that what you're saying? Or what are you saying? But here, I feel like a lot of it has to do with money too, and possessions, belongings, material items. And it could mean that, you know, because this is a source of sadness, maybe this is one of the reasons you end up staying with the person after you notice these bad behaviors or these bad traits. Or maybe it's saying when you guys break up, it's like they're trying to take everything, or they're trying to like not give you anything, or not let you have anything, or kind of like make it harder for you to have the things that you feel you need, or the things like material items. It's not about emotion, even though material items can be emotional to you because they mean something. For some people, it's that way. Definitely with the King of Pentacles, it's material items are very important, and it's almost like too important. Like, this person's materialistic. It could be happening because maybe you're supposed to learn that lesson of like not letting material items mean so much, and being able to let go just for your own health and for your own good. You know what I mean? Like say your mother, you have her belongings, and then like something happens to where you and this person break up and he doesn't let you have any of that stuff, and you have to like really kind of mourn that. Like, that's my mom's stuff, for example. That's my mom's stuff. Like, that really hurts. But then you remember, like, your mom probably was like, you can't take it with you anyway, you know? So Don't let it affect your life. Like, get out of the situation if it's bad for you. I wouldn't screw my stuff, leave my stuff, and get out for yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe that's a lesson we're supposed to be learning with this situation. But so that could be what that is. But just know you'll get through it. And basically, the only way, since the judgment card's here, that's kind of cool. I feel like it's saying you do have a chance to really see this coming. Like, you need to use your better judgment, and you need to remember that you can't trust people unconditionally. Don't do that. Don't do that. Doesn't matter how long you've known them. Notice things people do. And don't just disregard it, because people change all the time. You know? And one day you trust them for 20 years, the next day they want something that you have, or get jealous, or whatever it is, you know? People change, and you can't trust them all the time, forever, you know? You have to notice what they're doing and the kind of person they are. What are you dealing with, you know? Don't trust people unconditionally. So notice the things that this person's doing. You'll have many chances to notice. So let's see. Okay, so let me go to Denise now. Denise, what was your question? Brad's current feelings for me. Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm really loud right now. Like, just talking like... Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not too loud. Well, it seems like either it's you, because you're asking right now, so you're kind of wanting information, right? But they could be wanting information too, and they're kind of hanging there waiting for this information. So like before they take the next action, they're wanting to know how to take the next action. They're either looking for a green light in you, or in just it feels right to them to do this, to go in this direction, to progress the relationship, or go forward towards you or away from you, whatever. You know, somebody's waiting for like information, you know, just like to know what to do. Because right now they're just waiting until they get that information, or they're waiting to know what to do, how to take action next. So they're kind of just not taking action right now, because they want more information too. They need this information to know what they need to do. I feel like I am. Okay. They probably are in the same position then. That would be, you guys just need to talk to each other, communicate, you know, stop being scared of each other. Open up. Like, you're unsure what to do, so am I. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Are you guys both Scorpios? You got this skepticism with each other for no reason. I see Aries here, possibly. Somebody who's wanting to take authority. Maybe they're a responsible person already. Okay. Is it too loud? It's okay. So, thanks. You said no, he's a Scorpio. So picked up on that vibe pretty quick, huh? Yeah. And you're not a Scorpio, okay? So you're just like, it's the vibe of skepticism. Yeah, this is definitely them then, who's feeling this. And even if you're feeling it, you know, we're asking what they're feeling and stuff. So they're waiting for more information. They're getting to know you first. If you haven't known them very long, that's not surprising. You know, Scorpios aren't going to just jump in. He likes control, not surprising. But really, he likes control to know that he can trust. He doesn't trust. And it's like, if you guys are new, he needs to know he can trust. And that's a way that he can feel in control of the situation. Like he's already skeptical. He's already skeptical. So here, somebody wants to be an authority, like you said, you know, known him for about a year, still not very long. And if you guys haven't had any experiences with each other, like you could have known each other. He sits in your class, he's across the room, you barely talk. Known him for a year, but don't really know him for a year. And if you really know him for a year, then he probably, I'm just throwing it out there. To me, it seems like he might not trust you yet, you know, maybe it just hasn't been enough time, but for some reason it's like he doesn't trust you yet after a year. So he's just waiting to see maybe something happen between you. I don't know, but he here is, yeah, you said he likes to be in control. He likes to be the one who calls the shots. He likes to be the authority. Let's see what else. So maybe he feels like you're too much of a wild card. You know, you're too like much of a free spirit. He doesn't exactly know like how to know what you're going to do next because you're very independent, let's say, for example. So something to that effect. So let's see. What are his feelings? I feel like he's definitely, you know, a bit skeptical still. Let's see if I'm right about that. Can you confirm that for me, please? If that's why he's still skeptical, because he doesn't really know how to, not necessarily control her, but probably, but he doesn't know, not just that, but he doesn't know, like, how to know what she's going to do next. He doesn't know, she's not predictable enough. She's kind of a free spirit. Okay. So he's working very hard. I think he's definitely interested because okay, we're definitely in tune right now because you said he just observes me. And what I was going to say is he's definitely, you know, he's working very hard at trying to figure you out, you know, like he's trying to see if he doesn't want to be fucked over, first of all. So like in regards to that, 7 of Cups is like somebody who's not seeing something clearly. So he's really trying to make sure like that's not the situation here. He's really hoping that it's not. He's really hoping that he isn't being fooled and isn't just thinking that you're all this and that and you're really not, you know, and you're really going to fuck him over or something. So like, I think he's working endlessly, tirelessly at that, at trying to figure that out. So yeah, you said he just observes me. I mean, it's like, I definitely believe that, you know, but underneath the deck, we have Ace of Cups. So, I mean, I feel like you'll pass the test, you know, he definitely sees potential with this and he wants it to go, he wants to be with you, but he doesn't know if he should yet. He's like, should I? I mean, I don't know if this one's, for some reason, he feels like he can't trust you. Maybe it's just personal. He just has had bad situations in the past. Maybe you kind of remind him of someone from the past, or for some reason, there's something. Maybe if you've done nothing for him to think that he can't trust you, then it could be personal with him. And maybe you can't really do anything about that. But be honest, you know? And eventually, hopefully, he'll see that. But if he doesn't, and you haven't done anything, then just know it's like just him. And don't feel like you can do anything about that, but you probably can't, you know, if it is personal. So 2 of Swords, though, it's like he hasn't made that decision yet and doesn't really see what that's going to be. He's really hoping that it's not. So he's still kind of not sure about you, you know, but I definitely think he's interested, and he's just be honest, you know, and hopefully he'll start to see that you're an honest person that he can trust. But for now, he's not making it. He's not taking any action. He just observes me. That's creepy. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes he acts differently. I feel like his friend that doesn't like me for no reason puts things in his ear. Use your intuition. That's good. You're probably right about that, you know, because why would you just think that? Like, obviously there's a reason. So that could be what it is. You know, maybe you should bring that to his attention. Like, does your friend like not like me or something? Because I just feel this vibe of like, and maybe he'll like think that's cool too, that you have that intuition. Like if that's true, he'll know because his friend's obviously saying that to him or not. So if his friend is saying that to him, he'll be like, oh, you picked up on that. And he'll probably think that's very, like you're with it a little bit. Like you understand things in people. And that kind of makes him trust you more too, because then you kind of understand, like you're not lost and confused. You're kind of like with it and with people. You get it, you know? So that's another reason that he might trust you a little more. So maybe you should, but if it's not true, maybe he'll think you're paranoid. But I feel like it is. I feel like you're onto something with that, you know? Like, I don't think he would just think that. It's because his friend has history, so he might take his word. Like about you, history about you or something that he doesn't know yet, or... Fuck that friend. Not literally, like, I'm not telling you to fuck that friend, but that's funny. Um, I feel like you're onto something with that though. Like, but what do you mean by history? He has history about you that he doesn't know yet, or you're like worried he's going to tell him? They have history, so they're close, and they. But like I said, people you can't trust them always just because you've known them for a long time. And but usually with Scorpios, it's like once you're in, you're in. Unless you do something to change that, you fuck them over, you give them a reason not to trust you, then they won't trust you ever again. But it's like if you're in the club, like it was hard to get in that club. So yeah, they might really look to this person and think like and kind of like respect their thoughts and feelings on things. So maybe you should just let them know though, like, hey, does your friend not like me or something? Because I feel like they kind of act weird, or they kind of like give me this vibe. Just like they give me this vibe that like they're kind of not too happy with me or whatever you have to say, you know? And maybe they'll kind of explain that a bit like, you picked up on that, okay, you know. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Definitely. Like just letting him know, like, I noticed this, you know, and like I'm aware that these things are happening. Like I'm not just like oblivious. Okay, let's see. So, Felipe, and I do see you as well, Victory. And I see you guys are both new, so let's go with you guys first. What does John Pena think and feel about me? Okay. Okay. My hair is like everywhere. It's so annoying. Okay. In Sakina, I see you too. So we'll get to you after as well, okay? So it's going to be Felipe, Denise, or I'm sorry, Felipe, Victory, and Sakina. Okay? Hi. And you're welcome, Denise. Thank you. Thank you. And let me know what happens with that. Let me know if he's like, you picked up on that? Or if he's like, yeah, that, nope, you're paranoid. I feel like you're onto something with that, though. I don't think you're paranoid. Maybe you should mention to his friend, too, like, what's up? You don't like me or something? Because I pick up on it. Like, I'm not slow. You don't want me around? Like, what's the deal? You got a problem with me? Like, let's talk about this. Let's work this out. Sometimes people respect that kind of thing, but sometimes people are threatened by it. So be careful. I have Pluto rising, so some people do not like that kind of straightforward intensity. Like, what's up? They're like, oh my God, she's totally right, but she's a fuck that. She's a bitch. You know, like, this fucking crazy bitch, even though she's totally right. Like, they don't like that, to be confronted in that way. But that's what you should do. But try to do it nicely. I don't know. Maybe it won't work, but let me know how it works, okay? Because I'm interested in that. So what does John Pena think and feel about me? Okay. John Pena think and feel about Felipe. Is this a business thing? Is this or is this personal? Is this business? To me, if it's not business, then it's about money or security in some way. So it's not even just like if it's not about business, then it's about security and how, you know, money and stuff and material items and stuff like that. Because, or you guys could gain a lot together, possibly. Maybe it's not like such a materialistic type thing, like using you for money or just for that purpose. Maybe you guys are gonna go in on some kind of business deal together, or some kind of, you know, you guys are gonna make some money together. Because Ten of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, it's like you'll have the opportunity for security in this situation. So, and the Ten of Pentacles is like the best. I mean, well, the Ace and the Ten those are the best you can get with the Pentacles. It's like all the way around, 10 of Pentacles, you have all this security, all this money, or all this whatever security is for you. And with the King of Swords too, it's like you can trust the person's straightforward, honest. It's not like anything shady going on here, which is a good thing. That's what you want with situations like that, you know, when there's security involved, things that make people feel secure, money, a home, a car, a job, whatever it is for you. It's going to be different for everybody. For you and this person, it's different. For everybody, whatever security means to them is different. But we're talking about like material items, or like, you know, a house would make someone feel secure to have a house to live in, or like money in general make people feel secure usually. So basically, yeah, this is a situation that has a lot of security involved, or you guys could go in on some kind of business thing or make money, which is good. And I feel like they're honest with you. Like King of Swords, it's like you can't really get shit past him. He doesn't take bullshit and he doesn't believe bullshit. And it's not emotional though. So that's the thing. It might not be romantic. And if it is romantic, it doesn't, you know, it feels more like you guys are going to end up being business partners, and maybe it won't even be romantic at the end of it. But for some reason, you work well together in that way, and you can make shit happen and bring a lot of security to the situation. So if it is romantic, that's cool, because it's like you're working together on a shared project or something, and it's actually successful. And the person's straight up. They're not shady. They're not hiding shit. They're not like wishy-washy. You know, you can trust what they say, and they expect the same from you. So in that regard, I feel like it's actually a pretty cool connection. So what are they feeling about you, though, currently? What are they currently feeling about you? Cool. So yeah, bottom of the deck. Excuse me. This is, I think they want some kind of connection. I think they feel very connected to you. They feel like things, like you guys are a lot alike. Like you guys want kind of the same things, and things are good. You guys vibe, you connect pretty well, like very well. You know, you see eye to eye. They understand where you're coming from. They feel like you understand where they're coming from. What we get here is they're quick. You know, they want this to happen quick, or this is happening very quick to them, but that's how they're feeling about it. Like it's something that they just very quickly, they care, and I would even say they kind of trust you, or they feel like they're in good hands. You know, they feel like you're caring towards them. And even they might want to care towards you too. You know, they want to reciprocate, and that's kind of what this is about. You know, you guys are kind of on the same level right now. So if you, whatever you're feeling, they're probably feeling something similar to that. So, and then also like opportunities for communication. You guys will have opportunities to open up and get to know each other and have that time, you know, to kind of see if this is really where it's at, but it's already there. You know, it's already at that point. So you guys have probably already had that moment to be able to talk, or those moments to be able to talk and kind of connect. Obviously, if there's a feeling of connection, somebody has already had a little bit of time to kind of know what they feel about you and how the vibe is, you know. And then we have the Two of Swords. So it's like somebody really doesn't know. It's kind of like if they have to, like whoever's got to make the next move in this probably doesn't really see it that way. They're waiting for the next person. They're waiting for you to make it, or you're waiting for them to make it. Whoever it is, like, okay, so is there an air sign involved in the situation? That would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Whoever that is, I would say that's the person that doesn't realize that they're the one who's supposed to make the next move. Ball's in their court. You know, you're just waiting on them, or they're just waiting on you. So is there an air sign? Is one of you guys air? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Tick tock, tick tock. Is one of you guys Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in this situation? You or them? Are you guys an air sign, one of you? Or both? Hi, Maggie. How you doing? How are you tonight? Hi, Love It. How you guys doing tonight? Or this morning for me. What time is it for you guys? It's always some crazy ass hours for you guys. Well, I guess this is kind of a crazy hour for me. Figured I should get on here though at some point. Almost at 1,000, you guys. Kinda getting there. So thanks for you guys. For the subscribers, thank you for helping this channel because I couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, literally, be talking to myself. 10 a.m. Oh my god. Right on. Nice. I'm glad you're here with us, Maggie, on your break. And everyone, you guys, please like this video if you get a chance. Please just go ahead and like. And so we're not getting an answer from Felipe. Not getting an answer from Felipe, but Felipe, whoever, if you look back at this and watch, whoever the air sign is, if there is one, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, that would be 4:45 a.m. or p.m. Whoever the air sign would be, that's the person who should make the next move. And but they don't know that. They don't think that. They think it's the other person. So either way, I feel like you guys both kind of think it's the other person. So why don't you just initiate and do it yourself, you know? It's just basically saying, like, whoever the air sign kind of personality person is, or is the person who should make the next move and doesn't know that. They don't see it that way. So you're probably going to have to be the one to do it. Or they're probably going to have to be the one to do it if it's you. But if it is you, then now you know, and you can do that. You can make that move now. Okay. Hi, Kanika. Okay, victory? No, the list isn't closed yet. I'm going to do victory. And then I'm going to do Sakina, if you guys are still here. And then we'll go with Kanika because she's new. Loveth, Maggie, I see you. Thank you for coming. I want to, you know, get the new ones in there first. But after that, if we have, if I have the energy, because I don't want to give you a shitty reading, you know, then we'll definitely look to you guys, okay? Whoever's here, if you guys are still around, if you're still on your break. Okay, so, and Maggie, if you're still here when I'm done with Kanika, I'll go ahead and take your question, okay? Since, you know, you're in a hurry. Is Victory here still? Victory. You just answered. You just said what time. Okay. So, Victory, what's your question? Go ahead and post your question. Will me and my partner last till marriage? Okay. Give me the outlook of this couple here, Victory and her partner. Give me the outlook of her relationship. Anything we need to know, anything you can tell us. Hi, Empress. 1111. Okay, so what do we need to know? What do you want us to know? What do you want her to understand and know about the connection here and where it's going? Okay, why? Okay. First of all, I think there's going to be some kind of a break at some point because somebody gets tired of the routine. Like they want something new and adventurous. So if you can provide that, not to say it has to just be you doing that, like they should be meeting you halfway. But it seems like there's some kind of like a rest period But the thing about the Four of Swords is like, it's cool because there is still a chance that it can come back. Like, it's not saying you guys are ending. It's just like somebody might want to take a break at some point, because the Fool here is saying like somebody is like just craving something new, exciting, adventurous. Like, I don't even care about what, you know, like I just want to go and do it, like, and have a good time, basically. So if you can like provide that to them, or like you guys can create that together and spark that again, then shit, do it together, you know? That's the ideal thing, obviously. But just keep that in mind, that if it's not you, then it's the person that you're dealing with that is wanting this kind of like new, you know, different kind of exciting, adventurous thing. So, I mean, a lot of times that happens in a long-term relationship, and usually, you know, people don't have to act on that. If you can provide that, and if you guys can make that happen together, that would be better. So there's definitely that option. But because I do feel like this is still something like people wanting to build a foundation. So it's like maybe this is short-lived. It's just something that they kind of feel, and then it goes away. Like, it's not something that they have to like change their whole direction of life for. It's like maybe even like kind of like midlife crisis or something, which is just like, it's not like you really need to go and just leave, you know? It's like you want something exciting, and you know, you want to feel young again or whatever it is, but you don't need to like change your whole life and break up, and we don't need to like separate. You know, we can create something like that here, because the person is still like, there's still this foundation wanting to be built. So I feel like you guys are still going to make it work, you know, which is good. And then there's a celebration. There's a lot of attention and support from people around you. See these people around the person on this horse here? See all these people down like around here? They're cheering him on. So maybe, in, you know, so it's, you could say that it's getting attention. Maybe it is a marriage or some kind of ceremony. It could be, you know, people are standing around you guys, cheering you on. There's attention, and there's good attention. There's support, you know. So that could be a marriage. That could be a wedding. Or it could just be support, you know, however you see it. But again, I feel like, you know, whatever this little rut is that you guys get into, try to just, you know, make it exciting. Be unpredictable a bit, you know, be like, change your hair, or like do something exciting, or do something different, do something new. And, you know, switch it up a little bit. Don't be so routine. Like, you know, if you feel bored in the relationship, they probably feel bored too. So don't let that, like, try to, you know, try to make it fun. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, good. So then we have the Eight of Swords. I don't know if you're here while we've been talking about the Eight of Swords, but basically it's like someone thinks they're stuck, but they're really not, you know, but they think they are. So that's real to them. But like literally, physically, you're not really stuck, but you have this blindfold on here. So you think you are, because your hands are tied. It feels like you're fucking stuck. I mean, it doesn't feel like you aren't. And these swords around you, though, are just sticking in the ground. They're not going to stop you. And your ankles are free. So you can walk away at any time. But it really doesn't seem like that. So what is this talking about? We got to look into this. You kind of feel stuck in the situation, but you're not. So I feel like you guys can definitely spark that kind of like need for, you know, need for change or need for excitement together, and not have to break up. But so if this break does ever happen, what you should be doing on that break is changing it up, being exciting, and also not letting, you know how they say like when your ex like sees you like sad, they think like, oh God, like they're a wreck, like I'm glad I got out of that situation, you know, instead of seeing you like all happy, like, oh, I'm doing well. And then they're like, maybe I'm missing out on something, you know, maybe I need to go back with that person. So like maybe it's something like that. Like if this break actually happens at some point, you can like just be good and just be happy and just be like happy about life, and just do something different too, change it up a little bit, and maybe they'll be like, oh, that's kind of what I wanted, was like something exciting, and that's different. I don't even know this person. That's exciting. It's like being with a whole different person. So I don't know. That's just an idea. So, okay, let's see what this Eight of Swords is here for. one person's doing most of the work in the relationship. And that's gonna, you know, because Eight of Swords is like someone feeling stuck and someone helping another person. So it's likely at one point maybe one of you loses a job or something, but maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's literally just one person's putting in more effort and the other one just kind of doesn't put in as much. But soon that's like, you know, it's no longer a question and it's in the light. Like, you cannot deny it anymore. This is clearly what's going on. Like, I'm doing most of the work and you're doing nothing and you think that's okay. Like, I feel like that's not okay. And so it's kind of like one person doesn't really know how to change that or how to take action. It could be you or them. And I don't know. I mean, it could be them that's feeling like this instead of you. Whoever, somebody at some point is going to be, one of you at some point is going to be feeling like they're doing most of the work. Because this is 10 of Wands, carrying it all by yourself. And the other person kind of just doesn't really even see that. They don't even really understand or realize. Or they don't really know what to do about it. You know, they don't really know how to change that. Because it's just like, I don't mean to like not, you know, but it is that way. So it's going to become very clear. And that's why it's going to seem like you're feeling a bit stuck. But, you know, this doesn't really seem, it seems like these are things that you can easily tackle, like problems you can easily tackle. I'm not seeing anything like, except for the whole Six of Wands thing. Where'd it go? I guess I put it back. This kind of seemed to me like it could have been a wedding. But if it's not, you know, you definitely have support in your community. No matter what, you definitely have supportive people around you. Like, there's ways, like, it's not like you're isolated or alone in this. So that's good. But you feeling stuck here, maybe it's the feeling of like you don't know how to like get this person to really like meet you halfway. It's just like they're not hearing you, or you're just like, so you're feeling like you're kind of stuck in this situation, not because they're keeping you there, but because you want to be with the person, but they're not understanding your problem with them. You know, they're just not hearing you, and you just don't know what to do. Like, you want to be with them, but that's the problem for you, that you're doing all the work, you know, for example. So hi Sarah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it could be that that's why you're feeling stuck. So, I mean, these things are things that I feel like people can communicate about and actually work out. So that's good. That's a good thing. It's not like they're cheating and all that. It's just like, these are little problems that a lot of people have and that you can probably work through. So just being aware of them and just, you know, believing that you can, that love conquers all, right? So good luck with that. And I don't see, I mean, unless that meant marriage, the Six of Wands, I didn't necessarily see anything like that. But what we do see is that you guys can work through these problems, and these are little problems. They could become big problems if you don't tackle them and you don't know what they are. You don't know like how to, you think it's you, and you know, it could just be that you guys need to communicate more, because once you do that, then you know what's going on. You know what the problems are. Hey, you know, I'm just kind of feeling like I'm so sick of this routine, you know, not to hurt your feelings, but it's just like, I want to do something exciting. I want something, I'm just craving something exciting right now. Like, I want that rush and I don't feel it right now, you know? Like, what should we do? Like, communicating about that shit so it doesn't become like this secret little problem and you guys break up over it, you know? So I feel like you guys can work things out. And that could mean there's a long-term relationship here. Who knows if it'll be marriage, and who, you know, maybe it won't be, and that won't matter because you guys will still be together. I mean, if that's important to you, then, you know, but I feel like this will be a longer term thing. I don't think you, unless you let these problems affect you and really get to you and you don't communicate about them. So you can do that, but maybe you should communicate with them about that too. Like, we need to talk more because I don't know how you feel and I don't want that to ruin this, you know? Hopefully they'll be understanding of that. Okay. Okay, Kanika, and then if Maggie is still here, and then we'll go with Clementine. You're welcome, Victory. Thanks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your question. Okay, Sakina, what's your question? Go ahead and post. Is Maggie still here? Okay, right on. Just checking. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't even do Sakina. I'm sorry. I was supposed to do you way before. Okay, sorry. I'll do Sakina, then we'll do Kanika. I think I was supposed to do you before Victor, or maybe after. I don't know. But I know I was supposed to do you before. So I'm sorry about that. I don't know what order it was in, but we'll get to you guys. The names I said so far, we will definitely get there. Don't worry about it. I want to know, is it, because I saw this one before, so I feel like this was one I forgot about. Sorry, Sakina. I want to know, is it over between me and Pisces, currently not in contact? I'm Taurus. Okay. Okay, what is the outcome? What's the outlook with you and Pisces here? Taurus and Pisces, we want to know what's the energy between them as we close out the year. What's the energy between you two as we close out 2021? There's definitely a need for healing before anything can happen again. You need to rebalance your life. For whatever reason, this seems like it kind of threw you off balance, this relationship. And you need to find that balance again. It's going to be important for you to, like, I know you kind of were wanting like a yes or no. I don't do yes or no's, but what I'll tell you is the information I'm seeing. And basically you're waiting for an answer. You're kind of, you're waiting here. Like at the end of the year, this is the energy, is that you're still waiting for like them to come around, or how to make the next move, like what to do next. You're still waiting for more information. Like you want to be enlightened because it's still not progressing probably. Okay. So I think the reason that's happening is because what's waiting is for you to heal. You need to like have some alone time and get with yourself and really have that talk with yourself. Have that self check. Like, what am I going through? What do I feel? What do I need to do? And you can answer those questions yourself, but you need to like stop running around and just sit with yourself and do that self work, because if you don't know how you feel, and you're just running around in circles. And you're like waiting for this person to tell you how you're going to live your life. Like, are we going to be together or not? That's all I care about. Like, it should never be like that ever in your life, like about what somebody else wants. And that's what you're going to do. That's codependent. So it's unhealthy. So, you got to get with yourself, meditate, journal, whatever you need to do, have that time with yourself and figure it out. What am I looking for in life? What do I feel? You definitely need to do some healing. You're asking if you're going to be with this person again. Is it over? Obviously that hurts, and you're going to need to heal from that before you can even think about being with the person again. That's why that's coming up, because you need to do some healing. And you might even realize when you do this healing work and this understanding what you need and want for yourself, what's best for your highest good, you might even realize like it's not this person. Not saying you will, but it's a possibility. Like for some reason, that's something that you need to do before this can happen, because I just see them getting further and further away until you do that. Somebody's walking away and they're just making distance. And until you realize probably that you don't even want them anyway, but for now you do. So, but that's because you haven't done this healing work yet, and you haven't realized that this probably wasn't a good situation for you anyway. It's like you're looking, searching, waiting for information from this person or about your guys' relationship together. And you're missing it. You're missing the point that it's not, you need to be searching within instead of waiting for them to make that move and tell you how you're going to live your life. You need to live your life and decide what you're going to do, and then think about that situation, and once you do that, you'll already know the answer to that situation. You know what I mean? It won't be in their hands. It'll be in yours, because this is your life. So basically that's what my advice is for you for that. It seems like at the end of the year, though, 2021, what we're seeing between you is that you're still kind of waiting for them to kind of like tell you what it is. And so I don't think you should, that's not a good energy to be in. Try to take back control if you can, try to make sure, so yes, waiting, and I'm a bit confused what to do next. Exactly. And really, you got to get with yourself, because then you'll know what you need to do and what the best thing is for you to do. I know that kind of sounds like, but really, it's cool because this is your life, remember? So you make that decision what to do next, Don't wait for somebody to tell you what it is. Like, and that's kind of what you're doing. We've all been there. I get it. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, it's a shitty position to be in. It feels like shit, doesn't it? It's like you don't No one wants to like wait around for somebody to tell you how life's going to be. I mean, it just sucks. No one wants to do that. So take back your control, you know? Take back that control and make that decision yourself, you know? But for now, I see if you don't do that, if you don't do that work, you don't get with yourself and you don't have that talk with yourself and like really listen to what you want and need and feel, then you're going to be just waiting for them to do that for you. And it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be the way that you want to live life. And it's probably not going to be the answer you want, you know, because you haven't healed yet. It's weird how that works, but you kind of need to do that. It's important. It's kind of important to do that. Okay. Kanika? General love. Okay. General love. General love for Kanika. And then Maggie. Are you still here? Wait, Kanika. Tell me about general love life. King of Pentacles. There could be an earth sign. Hi, Chim. I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Hi, Alra. Or Alra. Ariel. I think you're new too. Hi. Maggie. Okay, cool. So, is there an earth sign involved in this situation? Because for Kanika. Because I get King of Pentacles, which is, you know, King of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So if there isn't an earth sign in the situation, I would say there's, you know, definitely money, possessions, material items are important for now. For some reason in the situation, maybe this person has their shit together. But for some reason, there's something you're not seeing clearly. So maybe this hasn't happened yet. Maybe this is talking about like, no, I feel like this person either has their shit together or they're presenting themselves as if they do. Or maybe it's just you. Thank you. Aw. Maybe you're just putting all your eggs in one basket and you're kind of like hoping for all the this and that with this person, but you're really kind of like jumping the gun, you know, and you're going to be disappointed at the end of it. Maybe you're idolizing this person, but it's not really accurate, you know? If you don't see anything about the person that you can say you don't like there is not one thing that you don't like about the person, some behavior, some thing they do, anything that you can't say about them that you don't like, you're idolizing them because nobody's perfect, okay? And if you can't see anything, that's a red flag, but it's kind of on your part too, because you're allowing yourself to see them in an unrealistic way and to see them as if they're all good. And that's going to be disappointing later on because trust me, it is not accurate. Everyone has something. Everyone has many things, you know? So you're fooling yourself and you're going to end up being disappointed. And so that's the Seven of Cups here, not seeing something clearly. And it could be their fault. They could be pretending to be somebody perfect, but also you're not seeing that, you know, which makes sense if they're that good. But you need to understand that so that maybe you can prevent yourself from doing that. Okay, they are a person who has flaws. So let's see. But it could just be that, you know, their money situation is not what it seems, you know? Like that could be what you're seeing not clearly, you know? Like maybe they say they have this big job and it's not really that big of a job. They're kind of like a not very high position like they're saying they are, or they don't make as much money, or they don't have all these nice things, or, you know, they're presenting themselves in a way that isn't exactly accurate, okay? So let's see. Yeah. So you're going to go in this direction because it's seeming like what you want. Just be careful because there's something you're not seeing clearly. That's what we know. But this is something that you want. And again, it makes me feel like this is something you're not seeing clearly because it's like, you're like, yeah, this is going to be good for me. You know, this is something that you know, you definitely, with all these 9 cups filled to the brim, this person has what they need and maybe even a little bit of what they want too. It seems like package deal, you know, why wouldn't I go in this direction? It's like, yes, I have everything I need and want. This is seeming like the right thing. And I just see forward movement. You're going to move forward in that direction toward that person. So try to like figure out what it is that you really don't like about them. You know, try to see them as a realistic person. Try to see like, is this going to be... Oh, Kanika, this is for you. This is your question. You need to see, like, is this realistic? Like, is this person good for me? You know, don't just like listen to everything they say and think like it's always going to be like, don't idolize them, you know, see them as a real person and try to like decipher if this is really a good thing, a good decision, a good way for you to go. Is this person good for you? Are they like a person that you kind of, do they value the things you value or have the same, you know, plans or aspirations or, you know, plans for the future, whatever. But you're going to go in that direction. And I feel like, you know, with the two sphinxes here at the bottom, there's two different directions to go. You know, the black one, the white one, they'll take you in two different directions. And you're going to have to decide which direction's best. And you probably won't choose the best one because here, but this is Cancer. There could be a Cancer involved. If not, then this is just talking about like the Cancer, the way Cancers are in general, their personality, they're not really risk takers most of the time. Like, I'm generalizing sun signs, but the Cancer energy is like kind of a bit cautious. So this isn't just like not thinking, you know, you're thinking about it and you feel like this is the best direction, but there's another direction too, and that's there for a reason. You could go in a different direction and you might not take the right direction, which would be seeing them realistically and not just believing everything they say, and you know, taking note, understanding who they are and not just believing that they're perfect, because that's going to end up being disappointing. They're not perfect. And they might promise things that aren't going to happen. So just be careful, you know, have your own back first and see them realistically. If they are not consistent on what they say, like they're not coming through on their word, take note of that and understand this person could be full of shit because they keep saying this and they're not doing it. Like, take note of these things and apply them, you know, to the person. Just because they're nice to you and they say all these great things, I mean, see what they're doing. Actions speak louder. So, but here again, you're going this direction. You know, you're definitely heading straight in this direction. But there's something you can't let go. Maybe it's like the beginning was so great and you can't let go of that. And maybe that's why you just feel like if things start to go bad or different or things aren't working out how you guys had said they were going to, you promised each other they were going to, or like certain things aren't following through, like they'd said, oh, we're going to do this together. We're going to go here. I'm going to have this job. I'm going to get promoted, or we're going to live together, or whatever it is. Certain things, you know, didn't happen or don't happen the way that you thought they were, but you are still hoping for them to. So it's something that you can't let go of. It's something that, so I feel like, you know, I'm trying to tell you to see it realistically and not do that, but it seems like that's what it is what you're doing. So, I mean, maybe this will help you to not do that. I don't know. Hopefully it does. Might not, but that's what I'm seeing, is that that's something that you need to do, is see it realistically, you know, if you can. This person might be really good, so maybe it's not your fault. Maybe you just, but don't just trust everything they say. Look at their actions, okay? And look at the kind of person they are. Yeah, I try to explain things because it's like, try to explain what I'm seeing and like kind of like how it could play out and like just to what to look out for, you know? Because I could tell you like, yeah, something's being hidden, you're not going to see it. So yeah, it's just like, that's not, you're going to be like, what? So there's nothing I can do about this? Like, just, maybe this is something you could do. See them realistically. Try to. Okay, so, yeah, of course. So, okay, wait, let's see. Maggie. Are you still here, Maggie? Maggie. Are you on break still? Let's hope you are, because I'd feel bad if you're not. And then we'll go to Clementine. What are Virgo's intentions towards me? Maybe is this the end between us? Okay. Tell me what their intentions are. Virgo, currently, what are their intentions with Maggie? Currently, what are they intending to do with Maggie, or what do they want in with this connection with Maggie? Currently, what does this Virgo person want? Hi, Rid. And you're a Sag, okay. What does this Virgo person want with Maggie? Anything. If they want anything. What do they want with her? what they intend to do. Okay. Well, I feel like, there has been some kind of separation or some kind of like distance. If it's not physical, if it's not like literally like you're around each other all the time still, it feels like there's a distance, or there's something that happened that it just doesn't feel as connected, because this person is, they want to work very hard at coming together with you, and like, if not like celebrating, just having a good energy, just coming together, coming together. And again, and here with the Two of Cups, it's even more so. It's like this person really wants to come together, and like they're working really hard to make this happen. Or in their mind, maybe they're just like thinking about it. How am I going to do this? Like how, like they're just really like focused on this. Like they're really working hard at like trying to figure out what the best way to go is. So it's like, and with the Ten of Cups too, I mean, they had happiness with you, and they want to have happiness with you. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's like they're working really hard, almost as if it's like a new hobby. So you said there's no contact and distance. So, I mean, if that's the case, then it's like, this is something that they haven't acted on it yet. Or maybe this is just something they're worried about. Maybe they feel like it's not going to happen. Maybe they feel like you're not going to be down for it or something. So they haven't made a move or taken action. Maybe they can't take action because they're so busy or something, but it's definitely something on their mind. You guys had happiness in the past. And that's 10 of Cups. It really doesn't get much better than that. So it's kind of like, and with the Two of Cups, I mean, it's like you guys were connected, saw eye to eye. What happened? Something happened here. Let's see. What happened? They realized something. They realized something about you, it seems like. Something came to light to them, because we have Sag here. And the Three of Wands, so it's like looking at all the events that happened, everything that went down, looking at all the events with the Sag, okay, which is you. And something's coming to light. They realized something. As they look back at how everything's gone down between you, they realize something about you. And it has to do with Ten of Pentacles. So is it like they needed to have more security with you, or they realized, yeah, I really don't have enough to offer this person, or I don't have my shit together enough. Maybe I'll go and make that happen first, or something like that. Like they feel like this isn't here. Like, because what they realize looking back is like they don't have enough maybe to provide. Maybe you guys can't make it work because it just isn't secure. It's not stable. The Ten of Pentacles isn't there. You know what I mean? It's not, they realize that this is what's lacking, is that there's not a solid foundation. They can't trust that it's going to actually fall through. Maybe they feel like you're unreliable or something. For some reason, the security is not there. Like the Ten of Pentacles is not there, and that's what they realized. So, but with the Ten of Cups, it's like you have this very intense and extreme, like all the way around 10. That's the last of the suit, That's the most you can get. So 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups, it's like that would be a very happy relationship and a very stable one. But lacking the 10 of Pentacles, you had the 10 of Cups though, but they're Virgo. So they're like, I'm not just going to trust that this is all going to work out just because I want it to, just because it feels good. It's like there's no security here. So they don't trust it, and they didn't feel like it could be a stable thing. Or maybe they're having to go and figure out how to be more stable, to provide more to the relationship, to make it like work. They don't see how they can make it work. They just don't think it makes sense. It's not practical enough, and it just doesn't make sense to them. Like I'm definitely not this way, but my Venus is in Cancer. Maybe that's why. But Virgos, they say that they are the last ones to like get married or whatever. I mean, not, and it's funny because they say that about Sag too, but for different reasons. Sag, because they never want to be tied down. Supposedly they're like the eternal bachelor, okay? They don't want to be in a serious relationship. They don't want to be tied down. They don't want to be like stuck in the mundane, boring, whatever. I'm generalizing, and for Virgo, it's like no one's good enough. They don't see anything, like they're going to wait and wait and wait for Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect, because they know what they want, and they know that most people aren't good enough or something. I'm generalizing, but I'm a Virgo, and I've definitely not always done that. So I'm generalizing when I say that, because we all have a bunch of different signs. So it's not like we're all this way specifically. That's just what they say about Virgos and Sagittarius too. So it's kind of interesting. But I feel like this person, since they're Virgo, they're seeing it in a way of like, this wouldn't work out. Like, I just don't see it working out, even though I want it and it's fun and it feels good. There's not enough that I can depend on or rely on in this, you know, like I just don't see it working because of that. So, but they do want it to work. And that's the thing. Maybe that's why they're gone. They're trying to create something to add to this situation, to provide more stability to it. Maybe they think they didn't have enough, you know, to provide, to make it a secure thing, to make it something that they could trust and rely on and build with, you know. You're a Sag, so maybe they feel like you're kind of like not serious about like responsibilities, or like not serious about like being serious about this in a way that they can depend on it. So I mean, you got to like think about that. I mean, you guys are squaring each other, so it's like there's definitely differences in the way you guys work. So you have to kind of meet them at their level and try to make them feel comfortable, try to make them trust you, because you seem like a bit of a wild card. If I can go ahead and guess that with the signs you guys are, you seem like a bit of a wild card to them for sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's, you know, Virgo and Sag is kind of like way different, you know, and you just don't seem reliable. You just, to a Virgo. So, yeah, I'm a Virgo. So if I can just guess that situation, you got to be like more serious, you know, and more like, you just got to let them know that you want something serious. And that you are serious. You can do that. You can be that person. It's not all fun and games. You can be serious. You can be dependable and reliable. You're not just, you know, not stable. You can be stable. But I don't know. Maybe they think it's them. But I feel like they are working hard on trying to figure out how they could do that. Maybe it's just in their mind at this time, because they don't see it as realistic in the here and now, in the concrete world. But I think they do want that. The 10 of Cups, you know, they can't forget about that happiness that they felt, but they just don't feel like it's really a reason to depend on a person and rely on them and trust that it's going to work. They don't want to just go for something that isn't going to work, you know? So it's difficult. Work on you, though, so that they can see that and maybe be like, oh, they've worked on themselves and they're doing quite well. Maybe I will see how they're doing. See if this can work now. We've grown up a bit and we are independent. So maybe we can be independent together in a relationship. Maybe we can make this work. So, Clementine, are you here still? Clementine. Probably not. Probably got her sleeping now. But probably got her falling asleep. Clementine, are you still here, Clementine? Shout out if you're still here, Clementine. Clementine. Are you still here, Clementine? Clementine. Clementine, are you still here with us? If you are, give me a shout out. Type in the chat, let me know you're still here, and I'll answer the question. If not, we're going to move forward. Sorry. Are you here, Clementine? I feel like you are, so that's why I'm waiting. Usually I don't wait this long. Well, let's see. Are you still here? Knew it. I knew it. I knew you were still here. I don't know how, but I just felt like you were. Denise, did I not answer your question? I did, right? Your last one? You donated again is what you're saying, right? Please tell me you donated again, because if I'm going to be so mad at myself. No, I did. I got your reading last time. So, let's go with Clementine really quick, and then we'll go with you, Denise. So, okay. Okay, okay. So you donated again. So let's do Clementine really quick, and then we'll go with you really quick. I mean, yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for being understanding. That means so much. Some people are like very impatient, but you're not. So you have no idea. Okay, so Clementine, let's see. I was curious about what this year has for me. I've had a hard couple of years. Do you see it turning around for me? Okay. Clementine, let's see what's going to happen this year. Okay, well, first and foremost, beautiful. We have Queen of Pentacles, which means this, well, Queen of Pentacles has her shit together. She kind of seems a bit lonely, though. I don't know if you see that. I feel like that in this card. She seems kind of lonely. She's by herself. But she has this pentacle in her hand, and what that means is she has her shit together. She has things going for herself. And basically, that's because she's working hard at it. Sometimes when we're working hard and we're just grinding, we're just getting it with our job or work, whatever, we can kind of not have a social life sometimes, because that's just what happens when we're working really hard and we're getting our shit together. So that's what's going on, though, is that even though you're a bit lonely, it's okay because you have your shit together. So, you know, in regards to your question, I feel like, yeah, something's going to turn around, and that's basically you're going to have your shit together a little bit more than you do now, at least. And you're going to feel more stable. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, there is some tension. You're going to have to, like, get your point across here. You're going to have to... Okay. Who's the water sign? Who's the Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces person that... It seems like you're closed off from right now. Maybe not even communicating with. Maybe you guys don't communicate. You're in no contact. Or it seems like somebody that's younger, though, because it's a page. And if it's not somebody younger, then we're talking about, you know, kind of like a new offering, like a new beginning of, like a, you know, some kind of connection that someone's offering, okay? And it could be somebody from your past. It could be a feeling of nostalgia, like you've known each other before, you've had memories or something, even if maybe you haven't, but it feels that way. It feels very familiar. And but there is something here that's talking about, in the beginning, it's talking about there's this tension, okay? There's this like arguing, more than one person, not just you and this person, but there's a few people that you're kind of having this tension with and arguing with. And the situation is petty. It's not shit that's like life or death. It's very like ego driven, probably, you know, just like dumb shit, if I could say that. Just shit that is not important, but for some reason all these people are fighting over it. You know, stuff like that's really, so if you can think about that and put yourself there, like think about if that happens, when you get to that point, think about that. Like, is this really important? Like, maybe I could just remind myself, guys, what are we fighting about? Like, this is dumb. Like, is this really gonna, you know? And maybe you can talk them out of it and you guys can see it's really, really not important, you know? It's just dumb. But for some reason here, you're gonna have to be defending yourself. And usually 7 of Wands is not actually physically having to defend yourself. Possibility, but I mean, usually it's not that. It's usually just like, I'm trying to get my point across. But the thing is here, you're getting that point across. Like, these wands down here, they're all yours. Like, you're throwing down your wands and you are fighting back. And these people can't get you. You're still on this hill. You're still at the top of this cliff here. You know, you're still winning, as a famous Virgo once said. Charlie Sheen, he's a Virgo. So here, you're on this hill and you're still winning. You're still, you know, you're getting that point across and you're on top. No one can bring you down. Another thing that the Seven of Wands could mean is that you're kind of feeling like people are against you and they aren't, you know, like you just feel like people aren't with you on things. And that could be because you're doing well and you're starting to notice changes in people. You're starting to think like people are not on your side about things. And that could just be in your head, you know, that could maybe not be the case. But so it's kind of like sometimes we're pushing people away that really are not against us. And that could be because of this drama here, because of other people involved are making you feel like that. Maybe they're saying that, they're trying to get you to believe that maybe. Maybe it's because you're doing well and they want a piece of that. They want a piece of what you are. They want a piece of what you have. So they're trying to convince you maybe that the people around you that really aren't against you are. And so that's why maybe you're getting closed off here to this person or these people, because either someone's trying to convince you, possibly something like that, or just because you're thinking that, just because you're starting to think like people aren't good for you when they are. Like maybe it's like you're doing well now, so you start to look around and the people that have been there for you the whole time, you're kind of starting to go like, I want to like make some distance. I want to like go on my own way. And you start to kind of see in your mind that these people aren't good for you, but really they're not bad for you. They're not against you. Maybe you just think that they are because you're doing well and you kind of want to change and you're kind of starting to distance yourself and start to believe maybe that these people aren't good for you. Maybe they are good for you and you just, you know, you're pushing people away unnecessarily, I feel like. So, and it could be because you have this newfound sense of independence and maybe you just want some independence, you know? But when you do that, if you do decide to do that, just remember, like, it's not really that these people are necessarily bad for you, you know? And it's more than one person, okay? It's not just one person. It's like a few people, like a group. You guys are fighting over dumb shit. You start to believe they're not good for your life. And really, maybe you just need to let them know that you want to go your own way and it's not against them. You know, maybe that's just something you have to tell yourself to make it kind of justified, but it's like, really, you don't have, you just be honest with these people, you know? And yourself too. Because there's some kind of new thing you're trying to offer. Maybe it's like a new passion that you're gonna have, and this is the early stages of it, because this is Page of Cups. So pages are young energy, and it could be like the beginning of something, like a young, like just the beginning stages of something. So it could be a passion, something that you're really passionate about, something that you wanted to do a long time, because this is like a past feeling, something that maybe you put it on the shelf, but it's very emotional to you too. So it could be a water sign person, since we have the cups here. You are very fiery in this situation. You're kind of like, you know, you're fighting like back. You feel like people are against you. You're like not shutting up. You will like tell people how it is. So I feel like, you know, you're going to get some newfound like security. And once you get that, try not to forget about the people that have been there for you through and thick and thin. You know, if you feel like a situation isn't good for you, you know if it is or not. But in this situation, I feel like it's more than one person, like a group of people or something that you're starting to, or maybe friends you've had for a long time, or like, you know, people that have been in your life, or just things, people around you are fighting with petty things. And it could be about money. It could be about you have money now, or you have security in some way. Maybe you have a house and people are trying to like get in on that, you know, and you're just kind of like, because some people probably won't be good for you, but some people you're just kind of seeing it that way when it's not, you know. So just try to like see things clearly if you can. Just try to remember the people that are good and try to notice if you feel like people are using you for that or what, you know, because it shouldn't be too hard to tell, you know. But just I feel like there's certain people that you'll be seeing that with and it won't be exactly right, and you don't need to do that with those people, but you'll be doing it probably because a lot of people are going to be doing that. So you're just like trying not to trust anyone, you know, trying to just close yourself off. But it's like you can't close yourself off to everyone. That's not going to feel good either. Try to, you know, keep people that are good for you if you can know who that is, you know. So that's good. Yeah, no, I definitely see some security for you in some way, for you to feel a bit more stable somehow, whether that be a house, a job, money, whatever security is for you. something is going to be secure for you, and it's going to feel like the Queen of Pentacles too. It's not even just like, it's pretty good. It's secure, you know? And compared to what you're asking, is it going to turn around? If that's what we're seeing when it turns around, yeah, it's definitely going to be good. Let's just say that. It's going to be stable. And obviously right now you're not feeling very like the Queen of Pentacles, which is somebody who has their shit together. So if that's the turnaround, then that's great. Okay. If that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions, of course, and I'll answer those for you. So who was after that? I think Clementine, and then we said, oh yeah, Denise. Let me not forget about Denise. Denise. You said, okay. What expectations does Brad feel like I'm not meeting in the connection? Apparently I'm missing something. Okay. Well, let's see if that's the case. Okay. Well, we see that he, you know, he doesn't exactly trust, right? Was this the, forgive me, was this the Scorpio we're talking about, right? Right? I hope so. I hope that I'm right with that, because I'm like, wait. I get so into the reading while I'm doing it, and it's like, then it just goes for me. So, I mean, I just want to make sure. All right, cool, yeah. So I'm like, hold up. I remember what we were talking about before, right? But let's see what comes out here. What is he needing to see from you to be able to trust? I mean, like I said, just be honest. It might not even be about you. It could be something that is just about him. You know, like he just doesn't trust, and maybe he's been fucked over too. So on top of being a fucking Scorpio who doesn't trust for shit anyway, from the gate with anybody, like you got to prove that shit and earn it. On top of that, they could have been fucked over in the past, like most of us have. So that could even more be affecting the situation. So let's see what you, because I'm all about, you know, what can we personally do, because we can't make people do anything, right? But we can make ourselves, we can choose what to do ourselves. So what do we have control over in this? You can't change his mind for him, but what can she personally do? What can Denise personally do, if anything? What can she do personally to get him to see that she's trustworthy and to feel right about her in a relationship with her? The Sun. Okay, so just be open. Be like, don't be secretive. Even though they can be secretive, don't be secretive, because they're going to want to know every little thing. That's what they try to find out. What's your motive? What's the reason? What are you doing and why? You know, what are you thinking? What are you about? And why do you do the things you do? So I can know what I'm dealing with, you know, so I can trust you. If I know what you're doing, then I know I'm safe, you know, with them. So be like, don't have anything be in the dark. You know, if you can. Not everything, of course, is going to be able to be just completely, you know, but try to be as open as you can. Try to let them see you're not secretive, is what you're saying. I'm secretive at all with him. So you're not, is what you're not secretive, is what you're trying to say, right? Or no? Or are you trying to say you are? I think that's a typo. Not secretive, right? Okay, so it doesn't, that's not, it doesn't even, I mean, it does matter, but like, that's the thing. This might not even be about you. It could be just them. And they just don't trust now, you know, even more. So, like I said, it might not even be because of anything you're doing. And so in that case, you might not be able to do much, but what you can do is you can just not let anything be in the dark. Just let it all be seen. Like, let it be in the light so that they can see it and it's clear. Like, be transparent. Like, if they have questions, or, you know, you might even have to pick up on, like, are you feeling weird? Like, what, you know, or is there something you want to ask me? Like, what's, you know, you might have to get them to tell you what they're suspicious about. so that you can clarify that, you know, and get them to just, and so you're kind of like, I get it. You don't really trust. Look, let me know what it is and I'll explain. You know, like I'm not even about to be like, that's your problem. Like I want to know and I'll explain so you know. They might think that's cool, you know, and respect that. Okay, she gets that I'm kind of feeling weird and she wants to make me not feel weird. So I can trust that this person cares about how I feel, blah, blah, blah. So there's some kind of disappointment. There's some kind of looking at the negative here rather than the positive. You know, this person here with the 5 of Cups, these 3 cups right here that are knocked down, they are laser focused on that, you know, laser focused on that as if that's the only thing that's there. They don't even see these 2 cups here. They don't see them. So basically they're looking at the negative of it. They're looking at things that are, you know, negative of the situation. They're not seeing that there's still 2 cups standing. So they can go ahead and just take these 2 cups and just keep pouring them out, getting the same result. They can do that. They totally can. It's their choice. But they can also take these cups and go across this bridge over here and go to this castle and do something different and do something new and do something that would be better for them than what they've been getting. You know, if they want something different, they definitely have to do something different. So it could be that they're just not able to come out of this funk, this like not trusting people thing. Like I said, doesn't even have to be about you. You might just be fucked with that. They might just not trust and there's nothing you can really do because this is about a new beginning that they're having, you know, and that could be with you that they're having this with, or, you know, like really starting to like have this beginning with you or trust you or let you in, you know, this new thing that they're allowing to take place and happen, the birth of this. And it could be pregnancy too, but I don't feel like that with this personally. I just don't think it's that, but it seems like they are looking at it like it's negative. But there is positive here. They just don't see that. So it's like you really do have to kind of get them to see it. And you might not be able to, you know, because it's like even if you're straight, honest, open, transparent, you let it all out. You let them see you for who you are. You try to even see when they don't trust and you try to explain. I mean, even then, it's still like they're looking at the negative, then they're just looking at the negative. And really, it's not you. I mean, don't take it personal if you can't get this person to trust you. You might not be able to. And that's just the nature of some people. Because this new beginning with you is like they're just not seeing the good in it. You know, they keep seeing, and it could be because of that person that you were, that friend or whatever that you were talking about. So it might take a minute for this to get off the ground if it ever does. Because this is a new beginning, the birth of something happening between you, or going further, progressing, becoming more serious, whatever it is. This whole thing starting and being something like is probably not going to happen yet, or it's like it's going to be off to a kind of negative start in their mind because and I don't see them trusting you right now. Just, and it could be because that friend you were telling me about, that would make sense kind of, because it's like, you know, if you're being honest and open, what's the problem? Like I said, though, I mean, sometimes people just can't trust and it has nothing to do with you, really. You can try your hardest and it's just like the ex really fucked them up and it's, you know, it's just really nothing you can do about that. So, I mean, for now, what you can do is be open and honest and you know, but if they don't trust you, I mean, like we said too, try to talk to that friend and try to talk to them too about this friend and see if, you know, you're onto something with that, because that could really be a big thing in this, you know, if they trust that person, especially because if that's their friend, they probably trust them and they probably listen to what they say, and even though they're going to do what they're going to do anyway, like their people mean something to them. So if they think something, if they're older, it might not be as much, like they can still make their own decisions for themselves more than a younger person, I would say. Like if they're younger, they might listen to their friends more than if they're older. They might already kind of not like listen to many people but themselves. They're stubborn, you know? But if they're younger, I feel like they definitely might listen to their friends more, care what they think. Not care what they think, but trust their judgment, you know? Because if they're close to the person, they probably trust their judgment to some degree. So it's like, because they trust them, you know? Because they wouldn't be close with a person they don't trust. They wouldn't care what a person they don't trust thinks. So, I mean, you might want to get with their friend and just try to, you know, kiss ass a little bit. If, you know, I mean, shit. You got to get their friend on your good side. And there's no reason for them not to like you anyway. But maybe if you just talk with that friend, you can figure that out. Yeah, Loveth, go ahead. And thank you, Denise, by the way. You know, stick with that plan we had, okay? Try to talk about that situation and try to figure it out if you can, because it seems like if it's not this friend, shit, there's nothing you can do about it. And that sucks, but I mean, just, it's not you, you know? Because if you're doing all you can, it's like, what can you do? You know, like, that sucks, but I mean, like, just know that you tried your best. So we can't change people. And let me know how that works out. Hopefully it does, you know? That would suck if it didn't. But if it didn't, it is what it is. So just know that it's not like something you didn't do. You tried your best and shit. This person just doesn't trust. Sucks for them because they're never going to get close to people like that. And it does suck because I don't think they want to be in that position either. But anyway, yeah, Loveth, go ahead. So how is Capricorn feeling since I walked away? Let's see. Let me pick up some cards really quick. And for a second, you guys, please, whoever's here, if you haven't already, please like this video. I'd really appreciate that. Some of these questions are hilarious. You guys are funny. Okay, and not in a rude way, but I'll be right back. Give me a second. Let me fill up my monster so I can get some energy again. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Right. How is Capricorn feeling since I walked away? For love it. Hi, Jacqueline. Thanks for subscribing and liking. Thank you. Glad to have you here. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Thanks, love it. Okay. So, how's this Capricorn feeling since you walked away? Okay. How's this Capricorn? Okay. Definitely showing the walking away part. So, this is the walking away part. And basically, after that, we're seeing somebody wanting to build a foundation. So it could be that they're still wanting to build a foundation with you, or they're just maybe trying to build their own foundation. Let's see what this is exactly saying. What is this Four of Pentacles with the Six of Swords talking about here? What is this talking about here for this Capricorn person? What is it talking about for this Capricorn person? With love it, what is it talking about here? Seven of Pentacles. So they're kind of waiting. So you guys had somewhat of a serious relationship. One that they kind of felt like you guys were going to go far with. So it's like they kind of are still waiting for that. It seems like they're, the Four of Pentacles would be like they like saving up money and trying to save up for like, you know, stability, like for a car, a house, like. So I feel like you walking away, they're still waiting for, they think maybe that it can come back, or they want it to come back. They want that stability again with you. They want to kind of create something with you, like to build something together. I feel like they still want the connection, you know, because they wanted it to go far, is just what I'm putting together, you know. If they're waiting for this to happen because they wanted to build with you, then obviously they thought they could build with you. So we have the Knight of Swords here. They want it to happen now. They want it to happen like yesterday. Like they're kind of like really wanting it to happen. Really wanting it to happen soon. Just really impatient about it. They want to like give to you just to prove like yeah, they can't let it go. So they may have tried already and it's like not happening. So I mean, does that make sense? Because that's how I'm seeing it. It's like I feel like they wanted it to happen like yesterday. They want like already, and they want to offer you something, like anything they can, just so that you'll like help you out, or like get you to see it's a good decision to be with them, or you know, they want to just provide because they feel like, so they're kind of in a position of like, you know, they just want to give you anything you want, because or anything you need. They want to be of assistance. They want to make you understand that like being with them would make your life easier. It would be better. It would be a better decision than to not be with them. They want to just make life easier for you, kind of, and offer you whatever you need, and maybe even what you want. You know, it's like they just want to give to you so you see, because they can't let it go. You know, it's like, and they may have tried already. They want to kind of like have new experiences in life and go forward, but they just can't, you know, because it's personal and they just don't want to. They can't. So they want this still with you. That's how they feel. Very clear. That's sad. That's sad. It's just not happening for you, or what? You're just kind of like, obviously you care because you're asking this, right? Obviously you kind of care how they feel, because, and it matters to you, because you wouldn't be asking this at all if you were just dead. You wouldn't even care to ask this. I'm a girl. I know that. So what is it? What's the problem? They definitely are serious about it. Still mad though. There's something about non-commitment, someone who like didn't hold up to their end of the bargain, didn't follow through on what they said they would. You said still mad though. So is that why? because something didn't fall through. They weren't very responsible with what the responsibilities in the situation. They didn't, like, they were kind of like all talk is what you're kind of feeling like they didn't come through on shit. They weren't committed to certain plans you had or certain things that you guys had said you would do, or their end of the bargain, their responsibilities in the situation. And maybe you felt like they didn't care, and that's why they, you know, if they obviously didn't care enough about that, so that fucking hurts and pisses me off, and I'm not going to deal with that. Is that, you know, is that part of it? Is that kind of what it is? It seems like somebody didn't hold up to their end of the bargain. They didn't keep their responsibilities or keep their word. He hasn't reached out, but my intuition tells me he's around and about to reach out. That's why I asked. So maybe he'll understand now, like, oh, fuck, I gotta put in all my effort here. Like, she's serious, and she feels like I wasn't. He said, no, he didn't. So maybe, hopefully he'll see that now, you know, because he's very serious. Like, I feel like he wants to just give you whatever you need to understand, like, it's a good decision to get back with him. So hopefully this is done, you know. This is like, he gets it now. He needs to actually do what he says he's going to do. He needs to actually come through in a serious way in order to keep you around, because you won't stick around if he doesn't, like, do what he said he's going to do. If he doesn't get serious about this, take responsibility, you know, and do the right thing, do what he said he's going to do. So, I mean, I feel like he will now, you know, but who knows? He might not, and you'll be gone again if he doesn't. But, you know, maybe you should communicate that to him, that you're angry about that and you're worried that he wouldn't, you know, do that, and that hurt you. That made you feel like he really didn't give a shit about the situation, and you're not going to be with someone who you feel like doesn't give a shit about you, you know. Hopefully he sees that right now, but while you're gone, while you're not with him, but he might not, you know. Maybe you should just communicate that to him. Maybe you already have, I don't know, but I mean, it's up to you what you do, of course, but you're asking how he feels, and he definitely feels this shit and wants to change it, wants to fix it, and wants to give you whatever you need. Whatever it is that you need, he wants to give you, so that you just, you know, so that it's how it was, you know? You're welcome, lover. Thanks for being here. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing okay. Hope that helped. Hopefully that turns around. But as for everybody else, I'm gonna get going. I'm kind of like beat right now, so thanks you guys for being here. Please like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I'm gonna be coming back on tomorrow, so let's do this again. Those of you who are here who haven't gotten your question answered, please come back tomorrow. I really want to answer your questions. Let's do that. Let's make a plan to do that. And just because I don't want to put a time on it, I'm always late anyway, so it's like, it's probably not good for me to do that. But the way that you can know the next time I'm going live so you can be here, just hit subscribe. Next to it, there's a bell. There's a bell icon. Just hit that icon, and it'll say all, personalized, or none, I think. And just press all. And then next time I go live, it'll tell you I'm going live. It'll tell you right away, so you'll know. So you'll be here right on time, okay? So if you are worried about that, I don't know what time it's going to be. Probably PM. But that's how you know, because you get a notification. Hit the notification bell, hit all, you'll get notified, okay? So please be here. I want to get your guys' names down too, so you know I'm serious about, and I want to see you there, okay? Let me get a pencil real quick. I'm going to put down Ruby, Kalpana, Shweta, Tamor, Jacqueline, Alra. Okay, I'm going to put you guys down. Or you know what? I'll just type it in here. So you guys, be here tomorrow, or, well, today now, tonight, because I will do your questions for sure if you are here. I'm going to put your names down. So Kalpana. Yadav, Ruby R, Shweta, a lot of times, like, people on this list, for some reason, some show up and some don't. A lot of times, more often than not, most of them don't. So don't be that person. I'm serious. I want to get your guys' questions answered. So if you come to the next live, then I will remember this because your name's on the list. So you have a for sure question next time if you're here. This is only for the next time. If you guys aren't here and you're here the next time, it's not going to count. So come back the next time I do a live, and I'll for sure get your question answered. But if you're not here next time, then got to start over, see if you get picked. But that won't be that bad either. So either way, I want to see you guys next time. So it's Kalpana or Kalpana, Ruby, R, Shweta, Tamor, Jacqueline, and Alra, or Alra. Again, with vowels, I'm sucking at them, but you know what I mean. You know who you are. So next time I go live, you guys be here, and I'll get your questions answered, okay? Right on. See, I'm going to post it so you guys know. Okay. And Angela too, since you're new here too, I see. Okay, Angela, I'll put you on this list too. It's all mixed together, but these people right here, Kalpana, Ruby, Shweta, Tamor, Jacqueline, and Alra, and Angela, come to the next live. So Angela, if you want to come to the next live and get your question answered for sure, this is the list, and you'll be part of that. Just because I want you guys to be there. I'm serious. So be there, and if you want to know what time it's going to be, you have to hit subscribe, and then next to subscribe, there's a little bell. Hit that bell and then hit all, and you'll be notified the next time I go live, like right at the time I'm going live. So don't miss it, you guys. I'll answer your question for sure. Those people on this list for sure, and other people too, but whoever's on this list right now for sure. So be there. Okay, I really want to see you guys there. Okay, thanks for being here, you guys. Please like this video. I appreciate it. I appreciate your company. And let's get some questions answered again next time, okay? So I'll see you guys later tonight. Have a good night.